like to think I'm not as weedy as Dan Gordon.
No, you've got a natural bulk. I maintain you should start hitting weights.
Also, I have ambition. I only worked data entry to make money while I pursued my creative career. Dan was directionless until he was caught up in space adventures.
Right, so he was abducted and taken to Space Brisbane.
Okay.
Now he's got purpose.
Yeah,
see, the
elaborate...
green girl's the girl you crossed the seas to visit.
You know, I guess it's true. You can't really separate a work of art from its creator, can you?
No.
Okay, back to Earth, which is far, far away from all the spaceports. You'll notice. A backwater world of little practical interest.
Hillbilly corner that nobody visits.
Of course. So that's Earth in the cynical science fiction universe, isn't it? Always got to denigrate Earth at some point. Puny Earthlings.
Puny Earth. Yeah, kid. Dickbag.
Oops. Oh dear, the extranoids aren't gonna let you disappear.
What? I don't know what I have, you fucking stupid faces.
It's something I guess that you somehow acquired when you beamed your own brain in the think tank.
Self-confidence?
The ability to speak in Pig Latin.
That is a good ability. There you go. Look at that. That's what the faces need.
See, this is like a plot warp jump. And you still lose fuel in it, so I'm just wondering what happens if you don't have enough fuel to make that jump.
Oh, you are fucked, son.
I can't.
Unless it's your first time running out of fuel.
I can't remember what I did. I think I might have done something like that.
Really? It isn't just a fucking. Like I think you've cornered the player. So bear that in mind, people. Make sure you always have fuel. It's important.
So yeah, now we know that the extranoids want whatever's in our head so badly. Eric's back on board.
Yep, they're gonna carve your head open and scoop out some sweet, delicious maths.
So
they're gonna understand the universe and they're gonna move in.
Now, Hold tries to enlist support from Bromide there. Because she's still brainwashed, she replies with a ... If we'd unbrainwashed her, she'd spend most of the rest of the game asleep. So she'd reply with a snore in that cutscene.
Of little material value to the game.
Well, we wouldn't want her to get in the way.
It's one of those
unfinished build.
One of those choices that's not a choice.
In the unfinished build for Escape from the Dimension of Insidious Cruditude, the plot is the four of you, Dan again.
Yep. So it directly picks off with the same characters.
Yeah, it's the four of you again, but Dan is made captain basically because a new crisis situation arises, and the crew have gotten into the habit of taking turns to be captain whenever there's a crisis, so that everyone gets to share the blame. And then
spin the wheel of captain.
In that game, the game functions are divided between 3 consoles.
Wowee.
So you interact with Bromide a lot more in that game.
Yeah, she's relevant.
Yes.
So one female character in the game, and she doesn't do anything and is retarded.
Hey, Eric's female, genetically.
Yeah, that's right. No, she's just a fighting fuck toy, Yahtzee. It's so clear. It's just...
Dirty.
Look at that, it's just a male gaze construction in the corner.
Dirty Laura's a female character, and she's strong. She fixes our ship.
Yeah. She lets strangers take a dump on her in toilets.
So we've travelled to Remus 3 to consult the university about that mysterious symbol we saw, and the mysterious mathematical formula we have in our head. And the symbology guy is the same as the mathematics guy.
Of course.
Okay, now this will be our next lead. The symbol that the High Ones drew for us will lead us to an archaeological dig.
Have we come across that planet yet?
We haven't beamed down yet. We're going to the Necronox asteroid belt.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know you could beam down there.
Well, you can. It's not that obvious, I admit, because it's an asteroid belt.
Yeah.
But you can.
Do you have to choose which specific lump, or do you just get plonked there and you're okay?
It's basically another infinite terrain planet.
Oh, okay. Gonna go explore an asteroid belt, kids!
Yay! I think we're gonna...
Cosmos, eat your heart out. Look at that. Some fucking graphics for you, you spoiled pieces of shit.
Time for more upgrades, because we're moneyed little shits.
Woo!
I can get some more red shirts. Don't want to run out of those. Be on the other side of the universe and want to beam down and not be able to.
Yeah, how much of an issue can that be if, you're not you playing the game you made?
Mm-hmm. Depends how inattentive people are, I suppose.
How was this game received?
I don't think as many people downloaded it as the Zone had. So the people who did play it seem to like it.
Go on then.
There seems to be this stigma against funny sci-fi. Like they say,
Really?
they say it doesn't sell so well. I've been trying to like find a publisher for a funny sci-fi book, but we've been hearing a lot that some people are just loath to touch it at all. Really.
What a boring world.
I guess Hitchhiker's Guide was the aberration.
I love funny sci-fi, funny horror. Yeah.
Well, it's funny sci-fi in particular. People don't seem to like funny fantasy. People are all over that. Terry Pratchett and all that.
Well, just there you go. I mean, you just got to change a few words in your book, and it's more or less the same thing. Just spaceship to like eagle, and there it's like I'm flying. I'm a magic eagle. It's a fantasy book now. You pieces of shit.
Well, that's the thing. You can't really separate science fiction from this plot.
Contemptible audience of buttholes.
Because the plot centers around science fiction concepts.
Like, as
all good science fiction concepts.
Let's fantasy this book. Let's fix this.
No.
We'll get it published.
No. I don't want to give too much away.
Cold.
I mean, it still might never find a publisher and never get published, so we don't want to give people too much hope, you know?
Cold. Mongonaut versus the Tickle Elves. That's going to be a revolutionary fantasy series that spans 8 books.
If you're watching this and you run an international publisher who's interested in funny sci-fi, then hey, get in touch.
I would believe publishers just sit at the desk just looking at YouTube clips until someone shows them something interesting.
I doubt it.
I know you're out there listening to us with your books. Slowly going mad as the world shifts away from that medium, trying to work out how you can make money off of e-publishing.
Well, you know, there's always curating.
What's curating?
You know, like even like an online store, you can have a service. Like, if there's too much product, you need like a service to recommend stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
There's still like money in that.
I love
people respect something that's been published by an official company. They're like, yes, that must be good then.
Yeah, the idea is there's been a filtration process. Oh, I love looking at self-published shit.
And here we are.
Stuff is just glorious.
And here we are on the Necronox belt.
North.
We're going to jump from one asteroid to another. That's what we're doing.
You can. It's space. It's probably fuck all. Oh.
I don't think we see it in the video, but the thing that kills you if you keep walking around this area is not having oxygen. Because you're not wearing a space helmet. You dumb twat.
That doesn't come up otherwise.
I guess another red shirt is cheaper than a spacesuit.
Probably is, too. Like.
So this is a little dialogue puzzle. We have to say the right dialogue things to make friends with this archaeologist. And then he'll let us go down into his dig.
So you gotta like, okay, help me out. Go down my hole and look.
Yeah, let's look at some stuff.
Okie dokie, go Jim Redshirt. Dun, dun, dun.
I think his name's John.
Oh, okay. Is there an award for scanning everything? Does this have like trophies and achievements?
Not really.
Oh.
But there's like a completion percentage at the end. And your number.
So got like a little bit of a
number of things you scan goes towards
Metroid
that.
Prime thing going on.
So this is a weird puzzle.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What the?
This is a weird puzzle, somewhat reminiscent of the dig.
That game was hard.
Yeah. So we got these 3 statues with these like weird geometric shapes on them.
What the?
We go into the cave labyrinth and we find crystals that correspond to the geometric shapes we saw earlier.
That looks safe.
There's some scary eyes. If we walked into the scary eyes cave, we would die. We don't want to do that.
How many of these things do we need?
Well, since you ask, we need 2 green ones, 3 blue ones, and 5 red ones.
How are we supposed to figure that out?
Well, I'll explain as we go. This is the mysterious music. And by lucky chance, we now have exactly 2, exactly 3, and exactly 5. And that was entirely random.
Why do you need that many?
These things just spawn randomly. Well,
can you have too many?
Yeah.
So you have to have a specific amount.
Well,
That's no, that
Well,
can't
not
be
in
right.
your, not in your inventory,
Oh, okay.
but you have to use a specific amount.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Oh,
So you have to put 2 green ones in the left pillar, 3 blue ones in the central pillar, and 5 red ones in the pillar on the right. And you establish that by examining the shape in the middle and realize that it is 2 by 3 by 5 in proportions. And also, the moment you insert too many of one shape, then there's a big like error sound, so you know at what point to stop. So you can like sort of brute force your way through it.
yeah, I
and
never
it doesn't
got that
matter what
proportion thing.
it doesn't matter what order you put the shapes into the pillars.
Okay, so
Put the
yeah,
red-
you can just bumble through.
You can put the red ones in first and then the green ones. Just as long as you put 2 in that one, 3 in that one, and 5 in that one. But no more.
Oh, you will die.
Well, you won't die. You'll just have to start again.
Oh.
Ooh, a secret passage. And what do you think?
Congratulations, you found an arbitrary amount of things that we had to sort of strewn. Ooh.
Oh, it's another think tank. Yeah, he had to die so we could continue with the plot. Invisible hole with his pants off. Comes through, turns the
That's
power
a
off.
marvelous sentence. Hello, invisible hole to save the day. Take off my pants so you can't see it.
So yeah, the first think tank was just the most recent one.
Holy crap, they've been at this for a while.
Yeah, they've been there. As Dan is saying, the one in Thermos was probably new and was still recruiting. Who knows how long this one's been here?
They kind of like the Ori from Stargate.
If you say so.
Hello to the Ori.
I haven't
I like
watched
the
that
Ori
shit.
arc. I know a bunch of people who really like Stargate and don't like it. But I thought the earlier seasons were a bit boring.
Yeah, a conspicuous empty spot. Because we're using
Who
the
goes
same
in there?
because we're using the same background as last time, and I couldn't be bothered to put something else in here.
Didn't make one extra little bit of graphic.
So there's more of the mysterious equation is in
Okay.
this think tank. So Dan's going to continue absorbing it.
So basically, we're building to the point where I can go like Super Saiyan 4 on maths and
building to-
just headbuck those faces back to their dimension of origin.
Well, sort of. We're basically
Yeah, I completely picked it.
storing the entire equation in our heads, even though we ourselves do not know what it does or how to use it.
You are the navigator.
We're just storing it,
Just like a calculator.
storing it in our mighty brain.
We're essentially
Our
a
mighty
big
data
USB.
validating brain.
That's what it is. We're a USB.
Essentially, this is a game about data validation saving the universe.
My head might explode. No. Oh, hole.
Bit late for that now. You didn't want the gig. You didn't want the gig, Hole.
Yeah, classic hole. Because you just jerks. Yeah, and how long is it gonna stay that way, you butt plug?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, they probably said that once and didn't do anything, and now fucking floating faces are everywhere.
Oh no, it's just because we're so moral. It's wrong!
I like this tune.
Oh. Oh! Rob Blank.
Ooh,
He
and now
just-
he's dead.
He discovered the think tanks and the extranoids dealt with him. Actually, this is more grander continuity because you know that shitty webcomic I made?
Yeah.
One of the two of the characters in it were Rob and Paul, sort of post Defender of the Universe. And one of the subplots that occasionally came up in that were never resolved was that Rob had amnesia. He couldn't remember his days as Defender of the Universe. And
This entire time you've been creating this little Yahtzee verse, and
Yeah,
nobody's
man.
noticed.
I think everyone should make their own creative universe.
Yahtzee verse.
Continuity is fun. Here's a badly drawn hand.
That's not too bad.
Slightly blurred to disguise the badly drawnness. Now here's some mysterious dialogue that will mean nothing to us presently.
Equals. But what does it equals? What? Fucking numbers? Reveal to me your secrets or I'll punch you in your number faces.
What could that have meant?
I don't know. It's a riddle dripping in cipher.
What are you up to, extranoids?
Yeah. have enough.
Gablumble blur, commented Dan.
You put your hand in warm water and
Does
then
that
you piss
work?
on your face. I don't know. I've never tried it.
I don't think it does. I think that's one of those urban myths.
Yeah, it does. Does feel like bullshit. I'd let someone try that on me just out of curiosity.
So we are entering like the late stage of the game now.
Okie dokie.
So now that we've been to 2 think tanks, we've adapted the scanners and detected 3 more throughout the universe.
About time, hole.
There's one on Quorn, one on Warhol 3, and one in the Choking Nebula. And finding the last 3 think tanks is basically the last big goal for the free exploration segment of the game.
Rightio.
After that, it goes into like
End game.
yeah, linear plot end game stuff.
Is the end a fight? Like, does the combat sort of play a larger role? Or?
Well, there is a big fight, like towards the end,
I want to go.
but it's not like the final culmination thing. There's like a final minigame, which personally I think is one of the shittiest, poorest excuses for minigames in this whole
saved
game.
my shittiest minigame for last.
Yeah, we know at what point we get bored with these projects, don't we? I like to think
Just push the button, push up. Okay, minigame complete.
I like to think I'm better at keeping my enthusiasm throughout the whole project these days.
I think it's important that you take the breaks that you do, because you got to step back, let that lull pass, and then go back to it with a bit of energy.
Well, yes, that's the reason I give to rationalise how long Consuming Shadows taking. Okay.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, this is where we get. This is the last place where we have a really big fight.
Okay.
Yeah, Holt's complaining that nobody's listening to him.
Yeah, shut up, Hole, you fuckhole. We'll sort this out.
Shut up, Hole. You just said that.
I don't like Hole as a character name. So simple. Hole.
Yeah.
Now you've jinxed it. Now we're gonna die. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice work, you fucking pubes.
A glitter crab,
Yeah.
one of the upgraded forms of sparkle crab. But we tractor beamed it, so
Straight off the bat. So, fuck you, that's a head start of damage for me.
yeah, you're pretty fucked.
That's a gold... Jesus.
Yeah, you're dead, motherfucker. Oh, but wait.
Alright, that was funny.
This is like the toughest enemy in the game. And again, we're pretty over-leveled for it.
So, it's... Oh, that one's taking
Yeah, it
more missiles.
survived all our missiles. And we lost 24 shields in one hit. Still killed it after the next shot, but still, if we hadn't been over-leveled, that would have been a nasty one.
A giant pinball in a wrestling ring. Welcome to the universe.
Because if we complete the bromide quests and unlock the cloaking device, we never have to do combat ever again.
Another well-designed system where you can just go into cloak and...
Well, you know. You don't get, like, the benefits of having fights if you're cloaked.
Do you need them if you're just gonna be cloaked though? Can you, like, is there a way to not have to do that fight, for instance? Can you cloak? What happens if that happens?
Then you don't have to fight those guys.
Huh.
But I reckon unlocking the cloaking device is an obscure enough
I suppose,
thing
yeah.
to do.
Just, my eyebrows are yours now.
So when I was recording this video, I was recording it in a much smaller window, not full screen like it is now. And at this stage in the game, I could not see where Hole was for love nor money.
We're at full screen now, and if he's moving, like, there are times when, you know, against that kind of lower grey background, it's legitimately hard to see. Like there.
Yes, Hole's pickpocketing all the pirates because he's a roguish fellow.
Alright, so what's he doing to pickpocket? Like, I mean, does this mean someone else can come through later and not get shot?
No, he's just looking for, basically...
A key card or something?
He's looking for the next think tank because we know it's in here somewhere.
Oh yeah, I figured we're looking for like a key card or something like.
Yeah.
Because we passed a green and a red doodad, and I'm guessing those go places.
Yes. There was a computer panel we saw earlier that takes a card. And yes, it's on that guy. When you take his gun, that's not an inventory item, but it's used in a mini game shortly. The shitty one I told you about.
He's holding it. It's
Yeah.
Yep, there it
Yeah,
is.
that works.
Go,
There's always,
pixels.
yeah, off they go. There's always a part of the game where I forget what I'm supposed to do, but I figured it out eventually.
Got some fucking Get Smart style doors going on.
Yeah, there's some big 2-color doors.
Yeah, the same computer.
No,
Yeah.
you're like going around a ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to...
They're like 4 different colours.
Yeah,
They correspond to the colours of the conduits on the floor below that we saw.
I don't remember that. Oh, wait, yeah. Now I got it. Oh,
Oops.
okay, so you're going up and down floors. Alright.
I knocked my mic there. Sorry, listeners.
Oh, you fucking stooge. Oh, you did a thing. There's a beep. Okay, so we gotta go find the red computer now.
I overlocked that big door we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sound the alert! No, you don't, hole.
So here's the mini game. It's shit. What the idea was, you were supposed to wait for him to come out of cover and then fire. But it turns out you can just mash fire and then he dies. Should probably have gone back and redesigned that a bit, but I basically did no testing on this game. What do you want? It was free.
That was spastic balls.
That old
Does that
excuse.
happen again?
Yeah, tons of times.
So he just sneezes? Oh, okay, so there's an alert.
Bam.
Huh. Yeah, it's a bit exploitable.
Yes.
Didn't you unlock the red? Did you do the red?
No. We unlocked the big security door.
Oh, that's
The
right.
coloured conduits and computers don't come into things chest yet.
Oh.
You're shit, younger me.
Yeah, there should have been like a cooldown or something on that.
And here's the next think tank. Security
We
off,
jamming.
and the crew get on board.
Dan Pooh and eyebrows, saving the day. Woman in the bubble up there, chucking a wicked spread.
Actually, you got an exposed nipple.
Yep. Some fucking nips for you. Jacket to that. Yep. My brain's having a maths.
Yep, we've got more maths in our head and more mysterious dialogue.
And the prince symbol tatted on the back of my hand.
That's
I'm
not
an
the Prince symbol.
ambidextrous space mathematician.
That's the symbol of the neck erosions. That was what the high ones carved to lead us to the archaeological site.
Skies. Feels like that Futurama episode about the brains.
Does it?
A little bit, yeah.
What does it equate to, Gabriel?
Huh?
What does it equate to?
What?
That was the question.
Oh, I didn't see that
That was
bit.
just asked.
I was thinking about the big
That
giant
was
brains.
the enigmatic statement.
What
that
does it
furthers
equate
the
to?
enigma of the plot. Enigma.
Pudding plus fork equals...
Pie,
Yeah, I was gonna go shoehorn.
tasty,
Delicious pie. I've
dessert.
been making pies lately.
Have you?
Yeah, apple pies, man. They're really good, really easy.
We might as well talk about pies.
Fuck yeah.
Because
Well,
nothing else happening.
I have a mortar and pestle, so I bought like cinnamon sticks and cloves and grind them up myself so it's all
You fucking pie hipster.
fresh. Yeah. Oh, it's so rewarding because pies are delicious. And
Are
now
they?
there's just pies.
My pie's delicious.
Filthy man pie.
I don't
It's
know.
more of an eclair.
You saying man pie just reminded me of the strangest thing.
Please tell me.
Well, one time I was watching an episode of The X-Files with someone, and it was about this weird guy who, like, somehow teleported himself inside something and then climbed out of the guy in a really horrible, gory way. And I guess we were kind of drunk, because then we said, oh, he's a man pie. The fat bloke must have eaten him in a pie. And for the rest of the episode, we kept calling him the man pie, and we all kept laughing. It's funny the things that come back to you.
Yeah, no, I know that shit. Just
So we know that the think tank is in the middle of this bog.
well,
Okay, this will lead us to the next Eric minigame.
hole.
Why does that keep...
Well, because you just made a joke with it there. He said, "Hold down the fort."
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, hole.
You did keep... going on about the guy whose name is Hole?
Well, I'm very tired, and the word "hole," both audibly and as it's written, and just what it means, is just combined to make me giggle every goddamn time.
It could mean so many different things other than orifices of the body.
Well, yeah, honestly, it's not even the orifice of the body part that's making me laugh the most. It's just a funny one-syllable word for a name.
Fine.
Looks like a giant nipple.
Look, a hole! There's a hole there now.
What the fuck?
This is an action-packed game. It's a maze in which we are pushed along the intercurrent of the underground river.
Oh, we're in a river.
Yeah, it's top down.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on there.
So we just got pushed into this natural cavern. Basically, the
Jiggles.
puzzle is we have to find a way to get ourselves onto another stream of the river that will take us to the other area that's there.
What's the metal bit for?
You will see.
Okay, so what do those mean? Like, what happens when I click? Like, what's going
You're
on?
not clicking, you're using the cursor keys.
Oh, okay.
Well, the one of them means that the current is outflowing into this area. The other means the current is inflowing into this area.
Okay.
I think we all took a wrong turning there.
Because, yeah, I just saw that, and when it's all dark, I have no fucking clue what the fuck is going
You
on.
tend to get stuck in sort of junction points in this game. It makes sense. It's like eddies in the current.
Yeah, I can see what it's meant to be now. Just when it first did something else. Oh, that's where we were before.
Yep, try again, me. Me from last night.
Fucking...
I think I would have been knackered by this point.
You can't play your own game.
I think I started recording this at like...
Didn't we complain exactly about a thing that was exactly like this for the John Glames game?
We sure did. But I think...
fucking...
Well, this is established as a mini-game fulfilled game, and we don't, like, get killed arbitrarily. We just start again.
You've gone to the same place 3 times.
I mean, I'm not defending myself,
Potato.
although I am, obviously.
I'm not defending myself, but here's why the decisions I made are perfectly valid.
But this is not in the ballpark of Operation Stealth. That was some horrendous design.
I suppose it's just because you've gone to the same thing 3 times in a row that I'm kind of...
Yeah, that was me being dumb. See, the current pushes you to things. You have to act fast. Is this correct? Yes, I think it is.
Hooray!
Yay!
Thank you, Jesus.
So we needed to be here so we could pick up some chalk. Job done. Yep, the neck erosions. There's that name again.
They were the necromongers from Chronicles of Riddick.
No, it's not. It's nothing like that at all. It's entirely legally separate.
What's it before Chronicles of Riddick? Go, little poo, swim through the sewers.
Might not have been actually. When was Chronicles of Riddick?
I don't. No.
Yeah, so we use chalk on this little panel by the door.
What
we're supposed to do is draw the symbols depicted in the bottom right there, using the fixed lines provided. In classic Zach McCracken style.
How do you pick, like,
you just click on an area that seems to be a hotspot.
Okay. Right. So it's just
puts a line there. Yeah, so we draw the square, that's the second symbol. The final symbol is the diamond with the horizontal line. Do you think you'd have figured this out?
The interaction point's a little bit fidgety and weird. But...
And there we go. Think tank number 4.
Oh no!
Well, Eric isn't a red shirt and has the smarts to get out of the way of the gun.
I suppose he's also a small target.
And he's also a character with a name.
With a name that I care about.
Yeah.
And not a filthy red shirt.
Do you care about him? Do you care about this ensemble of characters we've created?
Yeah, I've actually gotten to know them a little bit over this time.
Well, you can't help but get to know them in the sheer amount of time and grind we've had to deal with them.
Adventurer. Close your legs, madam. Cover that nipple.
So, which is your favourite member of the Elaborate Gesture crew?
Well, it depends, because I like some more for the concept than I do how the character is sort of executed, than I like others for the character. So, character-wise, I probably like Eric. For just design and weirdness, Hull.
Okay, then.
I just like, the idea of just eyebrows floating around just makes me giggle.
I can tell. It made me giggle too. That's why I based the whole character around it. when I was like writing him, I got the idea that he'd be really sort of sensitive about it. Like before he joined the crew, he had a history of suing people for discrimination, like a social justice type.
I want my safe space.
Every single time. I was saying, you're discriminating against me because I'm invisible except for my eyebrows, aren't you?
World's scary. Safe space.
So apparently the guy at Grimbus University who was trying to decode the equation has also gone missing.
Oh my god.
This scene happens after you get all but one think tank. So now we just have to get the last one, and then we're locked into.
I'm waiting for a. What's his name from the last game?
We're reaching the end of free roam.
Ooh.
Eventually. I think I'm just going to get the last couple of database entries.
Is there going to be like a triumphant Rob Blank zipping in to save the day section?
No.
That's a tragedy for me. Ah, that's right. He got absorbed into that comic you were doing.
Yeah. And now he's
the rich expanse of the Yahtzee-verse.
Since that comic has been thoroughly disowned, he's essentially been absorbed by vacuum. He is nothing now.
The game that spawned him and the comic that harbored him have now been cast to the space.
Yes. Might as well. Yeah, so this game was written so that, like I like to do, it acknowledges continuity without, like, needing familiarity with it.
A little bit like Mad Max.
So if you have, played it, then there's a nice little bonus. But if you haven't, then you don't feel totally alienated. No pun intended.
Yeah, I think gentle continuity works best like that.
Alienated.
Because there's aliens.
I could do with a nice hot
the
meal, I think.
Yahtzee-verse, yeah, so could I. Oh, what the fuck?
It's another upgraded form of
new crab.
Sparkle crab.
Oh, it's gone.
Still no match for us.
Oh, it's a jingle crab.
It's a jingle crab. I think it goes sparkle crab, then glitter crabs, then jingle crabs, then the queen of crabs.
Oh, okay. Are we going to find another queen, or is that just one off?
Oh, it is the upgraded.
Why are we fighting so
trader.
many things? What's going on?
This is a grouchy trader. Well, the whether or not you get attacked by random encounters is basically entirely random.
So you just.
So sometimes you might get all the way across the lifeless zone without getting hit by shit. Sometimes you might get hit like 3 times in one walk jump. You just don't know in this cynical universe.
Pretty stiff blow to get hit by 3.
Well, yes. You gotta be. That's why you gotta be careful. Yeah. Save early, save often.
Grind money and upgrade your fucking ship, people. That's, I think, the obvious lesson to take away from this.
Some people like that sort of gameplay. I'm not defending the sheer amount of grind. I think there's a lot for me. There's a lot about this game I would do differently. That's sort of what makes you want to make another game like this. But I've already got like 5 other projects on the go right now. If I did, it would almost certainly be an iOS thing.
Yeah, do it for mobiles.
Based.
Put it on Android as well. So
something fun you could just pull out and do on the bus for a bit.
You know, the trading element as well.
Hey, we got a 30-second bus ride. Let's sell some bacon burgers to someone.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Bacon burgers and porno.
More Greater Colthorpes.
Boom.
Enjoy this. These are the last couple of fights we'll ever see.
It's funny, like, just how brief the fights are, because you've just got a souped-up ship and we're kind of skipping through. It's like, diddly 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 bzz. Fuck you.
I like a brief turn-based fight.
It's kind of... Oh, got 8 tons of porno. Or whatever the fuck. Oh, Jesus. Fuck you, Colthorpe. Go away.
See, that's what happens when the tractor fails. He gets a free shot on us.
Yeah. So, ooh, he's hurting us.
See? If we'd, like, encountered, like, 6 Colthorpes, he'd have just whittled us down.
I hate the attrition loss. Like, I don't mind going down to a big enemy, but I fucking hate it. I'm just, like, slowly crawling through something and...
So once we be down to this planet, we'll eventually find the last think tank and then get locked into the plot.
Hey.
So we might as well read through the database while we got the chance.
Oh, goody!
So, yeah, just pause to read if you want to read all these things. We're going to go through all of them. In the meantime, we'll just emit noise from our mouths.
Just sit here and suck on my teeth.
I'm going to...
Oh, that's got boring.
I'm going to fart into my hands.
Okay, so you mentioned beyond consuming shadow and the zero punctuation game. What else have you got going on? Is that it, or are there some other ideas floating about in the ether there?
Oh, I got
How long do we can play some of these goddamn things?
What?
How long do we can start playing some of these goddamn things?
Maybe sooner than you think.
Ooh.
Don't want to commit myself too much. I made a game, like a concept game that I might develop about sort of like this, but with like platform elements, where you have to go down to planets and kidnap people to act as part of your spaceship crew.
Oh wait, yeah. See that?
Did I show you that?
Yeah, that's what I keep talking about when I say you had a little space thing.
Yeah.
And then you look at me like I'm some kind of weirdo.
I'm thinking I'd quite like to make something along the lines of, which is Mythos games again, like a story told in a closed environment over a series of days that develops over time.
I'd like to see a
not
more
with-
refined, mature you take that on again.
Just not with shitty inventory puzzles like what adventure games have to have. I thought of doing something like that, but with more investigative gameplay, maybe.
Yeah. I think the world needs some decent investigation games.
What else? I still think a game like a sort of action RPG game where you level backwards is a thing that would work, and I'd like to try that sometime.
Like a...
Where you start off with all the abilities and spells, and then over time you have to decide which ones to get rid of.
So like the bosses explode and strip you of some sort of ability.
Pyrrhic victories. It makes more sense from a storytelling perspective to be at your lowest point just before the denouement.
The last boss is just this weird
Storytelling
little kid.
101.
Yeah, the last boss is like a weird little kid. You just go to like, you slap 5 times.
So I put like a voice of the book for one of this. Very little.
What
can be
else are you
said
doing
about
these
all
days?
of it.
Yeah.
It is probably the blah. Blah blah de blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Not even known to be invited to the rowdiest of parties.
Frumius Prime is where Dirty Laura's is. The
Dirty.
technocratic place.
Rule 34, Dirty Laura. You can do it.
Dirty Laura has big tits. And that's just instructions for the fan art people.
That's no fucking A cups on Dirty Laura.
No, get it right.
She's a busty lass.
Begarat 3, of course, was the planet where Bernard Tosbot and Paul Grewald came from. Slovak 6 was where we found all them fish.
Filthy Slovaks.
And in this database entry we will learn that the fish are called kissy fish and the sharks are called loan sharks, but spelled differently.
Kissy fish and loan sharks.
Yep. Bergman Prime is the restaurant planet. Because the restaurants are so nice, the Cole thought leave it alone. Apparently.
Well, you gotta eat somewhere, goddammit.
Well, I think that's the point.
Fuck off, yep.
Haha! Yeah, this is me establishing more of my private universe.
What games? Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was a reference to a game that I never actually finished or released.
12 minutes of pantsuit.
Yes. I also was making like a space life simulator game called Poseidon 12, and that was like
Oh, Jesus,
largely
this keeps going.
referenced there. Yeah, last page now. We're done the people and places, now it's just the miscs.
And the rest. That's probably say like space, intergalactic travel will just be like bip, and you're like, oh, I was expecting like
Well,
a
yes.
fucking thing.
That's how I think it would be.
It's gonna look rad, and the stars are gonna
I
stretch.
mean, the Starship Enterprise probably won't warp by stretching and disappearing into the distance with a big flash of light. It'll probably just be there 1 minute and then bip, gone. You're back to the audible yawning, aren't you?
To be fair, yes.
Okay, I guess it was fair enough for this bit.
Yeah, look at what we're doing here. This is an info dump.
Fine, I'll yawn too. Get it out of our systems. So So that database entry established that before Rob and Paul returned to the Riemann time drive, they covered it in dinosaur stickers. Yes, you wouldn't have known that if you hadn't gone to the database. This is why this is important.
So why is it so important?
Well, this one feature was singled out for particular praise by Home of the Underdogs. They're saying it's fun to read all the funny descriptions and learn more about the universe of the game.
Did this get released like before other games did that or something?
Well, you know, I think their point was that it made it a standout amongst amateur adventure games, amongst all the other things it does.
Far enough.
Schrodinger's crab.
Oh.
Yes, that's how the anomalous thingy came into existence, because it exists and both not exists. And here we are.
Dare you, you confusing creature.
Here we are on the planet Warhol 3.
Okay. Let's go. Ready. What kills you on this?
I can't remember. I don't think we'll ever find out.
Life's unfair. Hey, what? That makes me chuckle. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Both of these guys can take you down to a sunken city where the Necurosian ruins are and where the last think tank is.
Mm-hmm.
The guy on the right charges 3,000. The guy on the left, though, can't take you because he doesn't have a license. So, but if you solve the puzzle that lets him have a license, he'll take you for free.
What's the puzzle?
You will see.
Oh, so we're doing the puzzle.
Yes, we're doing the puzzle.
Thought we were just gonna go fuck it and take terrifying smile faces. It's got goat eyes.
Yeah, octopus eyes, really. Like Jim from Mog World.
I saw a special needs girl throw a goat on Friday.
What? Was that like a Mad Lib?
No, that's a real thing that's happened in my life.
One day, a noun, special needs girl.
Hefted it
Verb,
like
hefted.
threw it like a fucking duffel bag.
A noun, goat.
Yeah, like a duffel bag. Just clasped two hands on the top of it and just lifted it and just projected it about 1.5 meters. And then there was a big long explanation about living, not living, and how we use gentle hands.
Right.
That's something I didn't know about special schools, is that one of the big things is like getting the living, not living explanation down. So there are just pictures everywhere, and it'll have living or not living under it, because it's to constantly teach the kids about living, not living.
But all the photographs would themselves be not living.
Yeah,
that's
I
just
don't know
confusing.
I don't know if they get that deep into the into it.
So now
there was just a picture of a retarded kid and it had just living or not living under it, and that was one of the first things I saw at that school, and that wigged me out. I had no idea what that was about.
So how we get a license is we ask this guy for his, but we can't just give it to him because he won't let us.
He's right there.
Yeah. So instead we scan the license, and the boys back home can make a copy.
Oh, very clever. What a cunning stratagem. Who's checking the licenses here?
We won't read those database entries because we can never go back to the ship. But
is
it's
it
nice.
possible to read them?
Not at this point, no. Well, I suppose we could kill ourselves and go back to the ship, but we're gonna just finish the game.
Far enough. Thank you, old fruit.
Here's a weird sort of insight into the Red Shirt's character. Why did you do me this favour? Because I get killed instead of other people for a living.
Good point. Yeah. He's just a help unit.
Yeah, he might as well spread a little joy through the universe as he goes.
Tours. Deluxe tours.
So he can at least go to his inevitable grave, knowing that he made life a little brighter for at least one person. And here we are in the undersea ruins.
Yeah, sitting in the same way.
Now this is important. The water in this well has miraculous life-giving qualities. We found this bucket on Quorn 8. It was just lying there next to the bog. If we hadn't got it, we would have had to go there and get it.
So it's a mandatory.
Yes.
There's a hole in the...
He does it with his wang, yes. I never really noticed that before. But he turns the handle with a single thrust of his mighty hips.
Okay, he didn't get the bucket.
No. Well, the bucket stays where it is.
Oh.
So the Necurosians were really big on geometry and mathematics. That's important.
Fair enough. Ooh, a switch.
And another hidden passage. But there's laser beams, ancient laser beams, and a palm reader. But our palm will not get rid of the laser beams.
Are we going to steal a corpse's palm again, like always?
So when I designed this background, I forgot to take the GUI into account.
The what?
So the graphical user interface, the HUD. So that thing you need to activate is just partially concealed by it.
That is, yeah, that's three squares.
Yes. There's a little red button on the plane. When a corpse jumps out, a mummified corpse jumps out of the box, we steal its hand. But it's desiccated and dead, whatever, so we can't use it to get the palm reader to read it. Whatever shall we do?
Let's feed it to the fucking fisherman.
See, this is why I hate
Make him eat
inventory
it.
puzzles now. It's just...
All these nerves. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, that's the problem with point-and-click adventure games generally, is the problems have to be fucking ridiculous, otherwise they're just instantly solvable.
Well, yeah. And flick those hips. And again.
There we have a fucking wiggling hand.
Now there's
Ew.
a fresh pink severed hand in it.
I suppose the red shirts aren't going to be squeamish.
Well, no. I
I am
mean,
born to die.
they're only barely sentient.
Nothing matters. My life is forfeit.
Yep. And I think this will be near enough to hit the very last action of his life.
Oh. Throw, except you are. You fucking weird little
Godspeed, little red shirt.
fiddlesticks.
You made life a little better for Salty Joe.
Oh, fondle shafts.
You made a difference. Some red shirts just went and got some salvage from a planet
Yeah. And then died.
and then died. There's someone in the pod now.
Ooh. Ooh. That business.
It's the Riemann professor who disappeared earlier.
Ah.
Remember how we talked about, I called the guys Riemanns as a reference to the Romulans from Star Trek,
Yeah.
but then Star Trek had Riemanns as well.
Yeah. They gave you a Riemann.
Okay, now we've taken the whole equation.
Alright. Oop. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Valid.
Yes. Whole never really got attached to us, it seems. Now the extranoids have had enough of our shit.
Yeah.
They are prepared to negotiate for its return. So Daniel's going to interrogate them to find out what it does and why they want it. This will be a long conversation. Yes, mathematics has the power to shape the universe.
It's to make my willy bigger.
I don't have a willy.
Yes,
He's a
they do.
Zordon.
It's just small. You can't see it. Ah.
Meanwhile, 40,000 years ago... I'm going to turn the lights on, excuse me.
It's getting dark. Everything's scary. Jero Necron. I can see this guy in King George Square on Saturdays. Yeah, your teachings suck, you fucking dickbag. Oh. Okay, so we're on the Simpsons planet. Yahtzee's clicking around and exploring. Ooh. Yes, I would like another chocolate strawberry. Ooh. Ooh, chocolate strawberries. I'm gonna make stick soup. Yeah, child, you and your fucking numbers, weird little autistic.
Yeah, it's just right on the wall. So, how well do you know your maths, Gabe? Because there's a maths puzzle coming up.
Is it one of those maths puzzles that's based on a concept around mathematics that gets bounced about in pop culture an awful lot, or is
Which
it
of these statements is true?
I had no idea.
It was that one.
I know someone who knows pi to an awful lot.
Well, I happen to know pi to 10 decimal places.
Ooh.
So I worked it into this game.
My god. Maths!
My god, the equation shaped the universe.
Tathagata Buddha, the Father Buddha said, with our thoughts we make the world. There you go, kids. Maths is magical. This is why we study.
Yeah, stay in school.
Fuck yeah.
Not if you want to be a writer like me, though, because I left school and I'm doing fine.
Yeah. Ditch school. Get rich
Yeah.
on the internet. That's how it works these days. Your mum doesn't know shit. It's fine.
Yeah, just post videos of popular indie games. And then set up a Patreon.
Yeah.
It's the future.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding,
So,
ding.
yeah.
Everyone's getting money. You gotta get the money.
Inspired by a dream, that weird autistic kid discovered that he could use a mathematical equation to cause the weather to change.
So, the extra noughts, who are big multi-dimensional things, need a maths thing from this dimension.
Well, we'll see. This was like 40,000 years ago. As I say.
Okay.
So after many thousands of years, 200 years before the present, we're establishing. Yes, the Necurosians are now like enlightened and rich and stuff. Highly advanced. Yep.
The music of the spears!
Yeah, this is all getting a bit loomy now.
I started playing that again the other night and forgot that you had to write down the things yourself. Yeah, and I was like, just like, I'll be fine.
How far into the game did you get?
Oh,
before
like
you
like
realised
5
that?
minutes. And it's just, I forgot how to open shit or shove it. I was like, oh,
C,
yeah.
E, D. That's the open spell. Don't you know
Lawn
anything?
green.
Right. So, establishing that conversation, there's some new guy has taken the job of entering the equation for the harvest season for this year. I'll get some explanation of these weird symbols we've been seeing throughout the game, representing the Necurosian culture.
I thought they were just really into PlayStation.
A lot of that equation was copy-pasted. Is it obvious? Yeah, so this civilization now like inscribes a really massively complicated equation every year so that the good rains come and water their crops. They've been doing that for thousands of years, and the person inscribing it is an inexperienced Necron we're establishing here, who is a bit immodest. He's an overconfident, brash youth.
Yeah.
Although
He wrecked
all
3
these-
police cars riding this fucking equation.
Although everyone in the species is also holy and weird and got the personality of a fish.
Hello. Kind of like
In
Hare
that
Krishnas.
case, I am grateful, Necron Zero.
Hare Krishnas. Alright, so that kid's gonna fuck up.
So now we have to go to the chalk mine to get some chalk.
Probably ways you could simplify this society a little, but okay, you got your rituals.
Oh no!
What the fuck?
It's a mini game in this flashback, why not? Yeah, what does it equate to? It's basically just a Necurosian rhetorical question. Like,
What the fuck?
yeah, it's basically the same as what's all this then?
Launch!
Chalk worms. So we've got these 3 catapults, but every time we launch one at the chalk worm, he gets out of the way.
Ooh, tricky devil. Okay, are those things in the background gonna be used? Ooh, yep, alright.
So we knock a rock onto that minecart, and it will
And he
stop.
goes after
it
the
will
chalk.
It will stop him going into the left position, so it restricts his movement. So eventually, if we keep doing this, eventually he'll be hit by one of these rocks.
I'm gonna get you.
Not this one though.
Faster, faster, I say.
I think I figured out to do it the other way around now. There we go.
Ow.
Dumb worm.
Aw.
Ha! Know your place.
Aw. Head hurt.
A little calm and mathematical logic was all that was necessary, my friend.
Yeah, and catapults.
I have no penis. I'm smooth around the bend. Many thanks. May the equations be balanced. Now, here's a plot hole I noticed while I was
every
recording.
enlightened science fiction culture.
Here's a plot hole I noticed while I was recording this last night. But in this flashback, we established that the Necurosians had yellow skin.
Yep.
But recently, in those ruins, the hand we used to open the palm gate
pink.
was pink when we restored it.
Maybe they were like a mutant.
No.
Maybe this is like a
No, I
face
was just
paint.
wrong and bad and foolish, and I should be killed.
Well, it seems fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother really checking it
Yeah,
detailed.
that's a thunderstorm. That's normal. Oh,
I bet it's not.
that's not normal.
You fucked up. You
Yeah.
fucked up. Now our whole society's dead.
You done fucked up. You killed us all.
Necron Belial. God, it's classic Belial, man. Never checks his shit.
Are you happy now?
May your equations fuck up.
Yeah.
God, just everybody, it was Belial.
May you never carry the one.
May you be stuck with Roman numerals.
And now some stuff we didn't animate.
Lightning
So
storms.
yes, after that the surface of the planet was getting ravaged by storms forever, and the Necurosians huddled in caverns for like 200 years. Well, 150 years. Now, because history runs in cycles,
Yep.
everyone's gone back to the old ways. All it takes is a bit of hardship, doesn't it? Society is just 3 meals from anarchy. Who was it who said that?
Landing on Marx.
Yeah, so there's no one alive today who remembers their glorious prior existence.
Dingbats.
And they've been trying to inscribe the equation that will fix all this in all this time, but if people are getting impatient.
And stupider.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't do your maths, kids. Stay in
Yeah,
school.
see? I think the lesson is here. YouTube
Yeah.
is a false prophet.
People have gotten all credulous and shit. Incredulous, rather. I think.
Impossible.
Way. Yes, now we're Necron Caleb.
Caleb. It's a good hillbilly name.
He's one of the last of the priests.
The last person who can work out them fancy squiggles.
Yes, of course. Before they're all broken up for firewood.
We're gonna eat the chalk. Fuck you.
Does chalk burn?
I don't think so.
No, I guess it wouldn't.
So are these the faces that are poking through from the other dimension?
What? Oh, well.
Is this happening now? Is this happening like...
No, this happened like 50 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Why must you wait to make sure this equation is perfect?
Did no one come back to like help them? It's like, hey, where'd the Necrosians go?
Apparently not, because the
Fuck
surface.
those guys, because they're a bunch of weird nerds.
Well, they established the surface was covered in storms, so I guess there was no way to access them. They were all cut off. So that was another maths joke that was sort of a callback to the first one. They had to supply the 10th digit of pi.
Google it. Diddle it, did it.
Whoops, Necron Caleb's noticed a mistake.
This is what happens. Fucking numbers. This is like Logopolis.
Yeah.
I actually like Logopolis.
Numbers, man, reshaping the universe.
Boom.
Bam! You fucked up, Necurosians. Now your planet's an asteroid belt that we visited earlier.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's established in this game now. Yeah, the extranoids are the Necurosians. The equation also caused them to transcend physical form. Yeah, so Dr. Diablo was exiled to the other universe we saw him in Rob Blank 3 because he was blamed for this incident. That's why he was so bitter, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not his fault. You want to come back to the universe, please?
Or do they?
We're going to math some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Explain to this wordy man.
Yeah, Jesus, this has been a long cutscene.
Yeah, it's gonna keep going.
Oh, good. Okay. How
I
long?
mean, it's still like 20 minutes before the end, and it's like all cutscene pretty much.
Oh, God!
Well, it's not all cutscene.
Oh, my ass!
What does the final equation do? Well,
Titties. Titties!
yes, we want a nice big pair of baps. Oh god, this is a very long conversation
This
in
should have been
retrospect.
spread throughout the game. This could have been happening at the end when you got bits of the equation. What?
Oh shit, we're in control again.
Yeah.
And we're in a waiting room.
Being John Malkovich.
We're in a waiting room full of versions of us. Whose names are all anagrams of our name.
Yeah, magazines. You must be the strangest of the Dans. What? Did you just sit on somebody else? What?
So that was the extra noise trying to explain to you what their existence is like.
Okay. Yes, Jesus, boring. That's the word. Thank
Yes,
you.
Jesus Christ. We haven't got any willies.
That's really boring. It's abusing that.
Yeah, they're so evolved. They've solved all the problems of the universe, and now they can't die, and they've got nothing more to do.
Yeah. Immortality.
That's immortality for you.
A hand job. Just a quick rattle off.
No,
Something to clear the cop
the final equation is designed to erase the five-dimensional life forms from the universe. That is its purpose.
Alright, well, off you go then. Bye.
Yeah, seems fair enough.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Why didn't you just say that? We all thought you were trying to take over our universe.
Yeah.
You know, I thought if you just said we're building a giant euthanasia machine, I'd be like, oh, alright.
Well, they needed all the guys in the think tanks to put the equation together, it seems. So yeah, this is where the four consoles on this station come into play again.
Oh, we're actually doing stuff. Do we have to hide from people and play the shooty game?
No, we're here with the Extranoid's blessing now, remember?
That's where the cunt thorps are gone.
Yeah.
Doodly-doodly-doo.
Doodle-doodle-doo.
Headbutt.
One!
Nuts. Alright, so this is just perfunctory, really.
Yes! Two!
Ah.
I wasn't finished yet. I was going to make that joke when we'd done all four.
Yeah, but he laughed
God.
after every count.
God damn you! Three equation segments. You didn't always laugh after every single count.
Pretty sure he did.
You'd laugh after the last one, I think. Four equation segments. Sorry, that's the count being sucked off.
Reminds me of that thing where someone's taken just one of the Count songs and just censored the word count.
Oh,
And dear God, it's magical.
hey, we've been teleported back.
So what's a pinball again?
Yeah, I've just been hanging out with the Extranoids.
Yeah.
They seem like cool guys.
Ooh, is this a choice now?
Well, it's the plot thickening.
Their business is to destroy the universe. So will they destroy the universe to die?
What did they tell you the equation is for? They said
Doodles.
it would destroy the Extranoids. And what did the professor say the equation was for? They said it would destroy the universe.
Ah.
Yeah. Destroy the entire universe except the Extranoids.
That's just weird. Now it's nothing but faces making out.
You wouldn't think you'd need a complex equation to do that. It's just like
If you're-
Control
yeah.
A, select all, Control X.
I mean, if you're already giant floating energy faces, are really that big? Like,
Okay, now I gotta go back and get all those equation parts back.
okay, so they fibbed. We were tricked. We were duped.
Fucking can't trust any five-dimensional life forms these days.
I mean, they're powerful enough to kill, like, fucking Cloaky McDude. Like, how do they relate to this?
What?
The dude in the coat. The red coat dude.
Oh,
Powerful.
yeah, the high ones.
Yeah.
Well, I think the extra noids could impose their will upon them because the high ones were also sort of non-corporeal life forms.
Yeah, okie dokie.
Okay, Hole has to activate a conduit before we can use the machine. I have to do it within a time limit.
My god.
That's the puzzle this time. And Hole has to shoot Colthorpe all the time, again, like the last time. And if that minigame had been halfway decent, this might have been a tense segment. Oh well. Why do we fail, Mr. Wayne? So that we can pick ourselves up again.
Character switching puzzles.
Green, except a completely facile one.
Yep.
Green for go.
I've downloaded your brain. So there was no, like, counter argument. It was just like, the professor was right. These guys are dicks.
Well, I guess
Who's that?
I guess we don't really.
It's his clothes.
I guess we better err on the side of caution, get this equation back, and then get everyone around a table and figure out where the fuck we are.
Okay, we need to have a sensible conversation about this because we live in the universe.
Yeah. Perhaps we could negotiate.
Yeah, like really necessary. Whoa, did you just get shot or something?
Yeah, Hole got shot once there, but he needs to be shot a few times to fail. Yep, last one. Oh no, Dan was shot.
My god.
But he's already got the thing. I love how they're just driving around in the catatonic wood.
Yes, he's just enjoying the show.
Yeah.
So now we're back here. And it's time for the last puzzle in the game. Hey, does that painting look familiar?
Huh.
Aha! There's no reference like self-reference.
Yeah. I'm clever. Me. Me.
Oh, but I am. So yes, there's a blank ticket. It's all like metaphor and shit. And if we talk to the Daniel Gordons, they all say a different line that Dan had earlier in the game. Not that one though.
He's got shit to do.
And also the talkie sprites for the clone Daniels are flipped left to right from Dan's talkie sprite.
Aww.
That's so you know. So when Dan at the desk cleans his glasses, you can nip behind and pour black paint into this printer. You're gonna have to wait for him to clean his glasses again, I'm afraid.
And we can't fart some poop particles onto his face and cause him to run out of the room and clean his glasses for an extended period of time.
Note the wall clock with no hands.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So this is a representation of ennui. A visual representation of ennui.
Just sitting around, waiting, getting kind of bored.
See, this was me forgetting you need to close the printer again before you start printing actual numbers. When you're ready, yes, thank you. Clean those smudgy specs.
Bip. Oh.
Right. Now we got ticket 18.
Fuck you others.
So now we're gonna fucking save right now for a very important reason. And now to sit back and enjoy a big long cutscene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look who's tough talking now. Look who's a big man, we're pulling up his big man trousers.
I got my big boy pants on and I'm taking my balls out for a spin.
But we did not bring you here this time. Because he's dead. He was killed by a pirate.
Yep.
See, the extranoids weren't just the neck erosions.
It's everybody who dies?
Yes, the extranoids are everybody who's died.
Huh.
Yes, thank you for establishing that after we did, game.
Ah, Daniel, you're stupid.
There was a clue to this earlier in the game where the High Ones mentioned that the extranoids have been growing in power since the beginning of the universe. Because every sentient being that has died has joined their numbers.
Now they're just hovering around like a bunch of jerks.
Yes, and now they want to destroy the universe. And they want to destroy the universe so that
getting some fucking end of Evangelion shit going on.
they want to destroy the universe so that everyone else can transcend four-dimensional space.
Oh, so they're helping everyone migrate.
Yes.
Oh, alright.
See, they dwell in a beautiful plane of existence.
We have all sorts of genitals. It's wonderful.
You see, all along, the great secret of life is that our corporeal existence is just a period of adjustment where we learn, as we're saying here, the transitionary phase where we learn wisdom and patience before we can evolve ever further with death. You see, now you know the meaning of life. I hope
Ta-da!
hope it was worth it. I wasn't kidding when I said this was epic.
You must become the Buddha.
Oh, wake up, Dan.
Yeah, you fucking spaz nut. You know, we changed our mind. We're rejecting you. Everyone else gets to evolve, you stay here.
No, Dan's gonna extranoid up now. Do you remember at the start of the game, when we looked in the sky and saw an extranoid
Yep.
next to the house?
Oh, it was him looking at
It
himself.
was ourself looking back at ourselves.
My mind!
Because we exist outside of linear time. We're like, the whatchamacallits from Slaughterhouse 5.
Tramfamadorians.
Transfamadorians, yes.
Tramfamadorians.
They're saying that your life was boring and shit.
Yeah.
Why do you want to go back to that, you twat?
You fuckburger.
Yeah, this is where it gets all philosophical. Christ, this is weird. Now they're going to be all pretentious and call us out for saying Christ. And this establishes that we were also one of the extranoids that appeared around the Earth when we came to send Dan back home. Remember that?
Yeah. So you've been one of the weird extranoid faces the entire time.
All along. It's not established that we were the one on the higher plane that appeared and we immediately ran away from, but we probably weren't, since it doesn't crop up
You were
during
one of the
this.
ones that killed the high one or whatever?
Nah, that doesn't crop up in this sequence.
Oh.
Oops, accidentally skipped a bit of text there.
Ah, you bumble.
Destroying the universe seems like a step backwards, says Dan. Yes, the extranoids have gotten sick of our shit. And they want us all to transcend and discover the secret of harmony and perfect peace and all that shit. And in the meantime, they're just forced to watch you bumble